LV here with a quick little card show pickup video for you today. In my hometown, they had a little show in the mall, and I actually set up with my son as a dealer. We just did Pokemon cards. He's really into Pokemon cards, so it's a fun thing we share, and it kind of exposes him, teaches him all the ins and outs of being a dealer and wheeling and dealing, all that kind of stuff. We have fun doing it. So my goal wasn't really to buy, just kind of sell and trade and have some fun. But of course, I saw some good sports card tables and Pokemon tables. So I ended up doing okay in the show. I made like $700 and I ended up spending probably around $800, of course. But I got some cool stuff, and let's just get right into it. I'll tell you what I paid for each stack, and we'll see which ones are gradable. And I'll even keep in the Pokemon because I spent a lot on Pokemon. But I'll do sports first, and I have an eBay authenticity guarantee we will take a look at. I haven't even looked at it yet. Let's just do it right now. So here we go. LeBron James. These are number 249. It's 2006, 2007 Bowman Chrome Refractor. All right. Let's hope it's clean. But I kind of like it on raw cards just because they do a pretty good job at least getting you at least near mint cards, you know? So I'm hoping just for a 9. We will find out. It looks like it's sliding around in here. So the pictures looked incredible. Weird way to put them in. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I don't see much wrong. It looks centered up. I see some surface scratches, but that's to be expected. But yeah, and then the corners, but looks more like a 7 or an 8. But we'll take a closer look later. I'm still happy with the purchase. I got a good deal on it. So I think I paid around $240. Okay, let's move on to the stacks. All right, first card was actually this Ichiro 2001 Topps Chrome rookie card. I saw it sitting kind of alone on a table, and I asked what they wanted, and they said $60, and they were firm on that. And unfortunately, I didn't have my phone to comp. I know this card a little bit, but my son had my phone and needed it, so I went in on this one blind and went ahead and bought it for $60 because it looked like at least a 9 to me, a little off center, thinner on the bottom than the top, but pretty close, and it looks pretty clean. And it's a good thing I bought it because it looks like 9s would go for around 200, somewhere around there. So I think a good purchase there for $60. Another cool card. What's this, Joe Theismann? I got this for $15, and you know I love bookends, and look at that, 1 out of 25, first one, and it looks solid. So $15 on that, I think that's a steal. Buzelis out of 99, again with the bookend, 99 and 99 color match, really cool card. He had 18 on this one, he had 40 on the silver, and he had around 38 on the select. Didn't go down too much, but I get that. His cards are pretty hot right now, so I ended up getting all of these for $85. I mean, if some of them great, I think it's a steal. Really low number. Jaylen Brown, it looks super clean. Excited about that. This was a fun little table. So let's see. Yes, I believe that is correct. So these are in his dollar box. I couldn't resist. I mean, number 1 overall pick. More Buzelis, really beat up Earl Monroe, but for $1, I don't know, I just like it. Some in-person autographs of Mark Price, Mark Jackson, Avery Johnson, names I loved growing up, you know, Craig Elo, John Paxson. At $1, I'm a buyer. Some cool looking Shea inserted into Devin Booker out of 125. Really nice looking Dame. I'm so glad he's back with the Blazers. Whites, green, silver. This is a good deal. I think this is number at 49. Nope, 99 for $1. Is this one 49? Yep, 49 for $1. I think it's a steal. He also had some 2 Jordans, 1990. They look pretty sharp and centered. That one just looked incredible. Looked like a gem. And these ones look like gems. So I just went ahead and got them. There's like 21 cards here. I got this whole stack for $50, so I think it's a good deal. These ones he had little price tags on. The Bijan I got... Actually, no, Bijan was a part of the dollar. $3, $5, LeBron, $3. Some look pretty clean, $3. JJ McCarthy, $3, $5, and color match, Simons. I know he's on the Celtics now, but look at that, out of 88. In my head, I was thinking 20 for this. I think that's right where it came out. All these were 50 bucks, so good deal there. And this table, I got the dealer's info because he had a ton of cards that are right in my wheelhouse, my interest, a lot of 90s. You know, tons of boxes to go through. You look like 10, you know, huge boxes. I didn't have time. I really wanted to, and I had a feeling I would find something special in one of those boxes, you know, really hard to find credentials or some crazy PMG, but I got the guy's info, and I'm going to give him a call and maybe check out his cards over at his house or something, because I think it would go well. But anyway, I spent $225 on this stack, and there's some fun ones. This Emmett Smith looks great. It looks like at least a 9, and in my head I priced it around 50. Some Mike Evans, some Sean Taylor, look clean, and a Tiki SP Authentic rookie. But this was the main purchase. So he had this whole set, and it is a popular set because, you know, it has the Marvel superhero with it, and this is the card that sold me. I wanted to just buy the card, but, you know, he wanted to just sell it as a set, which I get. He told me they're going for around 200 the set. In my head, I was hoping to get it for around 150, give or take. That's kind of what I got it for. But it was mainly this card that jumped out at me. Look, do you see how sharp this Barry Sanders is? And it's with Wolverine. I mean, two of the GOATs in football and superhero dynasty. But look at the back. Usually you get chipping. I looked at this and I was like, oh, I just have to have it. I don't care if I have to buy the whole set. I think even 9s go for what I paid for the set, around 150. So, and 10's got to be up there at probably 1,000. Who knows? So if I get a 10 on that, and it's looking like that so far. But also in the set, you have Jerry Rice, you have John Elway. So some of these might gem too. Back in the day, if you remember my reveals, I gemmed a Steve Air McNair, and I ended up selling it for 600. So I think this was a good purchase. Bruce Smith. Who we got there? Desmond Howard, cool. Eddie George, Eddie Kennison, Tony Martin, Joey Galloway, Kareem Abdul, Kerry Collins, Kevin Hardy. So the names aren't getting as good towards the end here. Cordell Stewart. Oh, Mark Brunell. Marshall Faulk. There's a really good one. Michael Westbrook, Simeon Rice, Steve Air McNair. There's the one I gemmed up back in the day. Terry Glenn and Tony Bracken. So we'll have fun going through those, see which ones are gradable. You'll see at the end of the video. And then some Pokemon. I spent a lot at this table, but I mean, if you were there, you'd know why. I've known him a little bit, and I know they don't grade. And he even mentioned before that they just don't grade their cards. So when I heard him say that, I'm like, yeah, just take my money, because that's what you want to hear, especially if you grade cards. So $400 for this stack. It may seem like a lot, but no. PSA Gem 10s Pokemon cards are going insane. Like peak COVID boom sports card PSA 10 prices. So the Aerodactyl looked amazing, and they sell for probably 600, 500, 610. The Pikachu and the Dragonite, but it's mainly these ones. The Blastoise sells well in a 10, and the Gardevoir. That one's been sneaking up. I bet a 10 goes for around 400 now, 450, and the Sylveon. So I think he went like 130 on that, or 125, somewhere around there, and they were like 10 on that, around 80, around 75 on the Blastoise, around 45 on the Sylveon, and the Aerodactyl was around 140, and 10 on the Dragonite, somewhere around there. Is what we came to. This stack was all for around 80, I believe. 85, somewhere around there. But the Pikachu, the promos have been going off the charts in PSA 10, so I went ahead and got that one. The Honchkrow and the Articuno looks incredible. I like the artwork, and I'm hoping it gets a gem. And just some ladies, Phoebe and Olivia. So yeah, 85 for 80 or 85 on that stack. This one has been going nuts lately. I gemmed it before and sold it for 90 in a PSA 10. Now it's up to 250 in a PSA 10. It's just, the market's insane. But anyway, it looked really super clean. Also, quickly, I forgot to add these. They're already in my to be graded pile. So I also got all these Pokemon at the show as well. They look amazing. Raging Bolt out of Temporal Forces, and the Noivern, unbelievable. I got these for around 60 each, and they're very clean. $40 for the Umbreon. Looks gem. All these look gem potential. Paid up on this one to the dealer next to me. I was eyeing it for a long time. Let it sit halfway through the show, and no one was snagging it, so I went ahead and I got it. Got it for $190. It's a card that's been jumping up lately, and it looks gem. Hopefully. And the Sylveon, a dude walked up to the table, and he had an amazing Rayquaza, but he also had this Sylveon. And I went ahead and offered 100 cash, and he thought about it, walked around the show, and then came back. I'm thankful he came back because it looks gem 10. $100 cash for the Sylveon. And then these cards I traded for someone. I valued it around $15 each, and they took it. A good trade, so it didn't cost me anything. And then just $5 on the Gengar. Someone came up, some kid, and I gave him $5 for it. There you go on those ones, and they are all gradable as well. I got a few more sports. This was at a table for 2 for $5. I just grabbed it real quick. The patch of the Take Dale was insane, so I just wanted it. Okay, let's see which ones are gradable. All right, here they are in their stacks. I'm not going to lie, I did really well. I'm really excited to grade some of these. And that's the perks of going to actually be in-person card shows. You can just make sure the condition's okay. Especially with Pokemon cards, because it's so easy to see whether it's centered or whether there's white chipping on the back corners or anything. So pretty much every single Pokemon card I bought ended up looking Gem 10 amazing. So I'm really excited. I'm going to make really good money on a lot of these. So make for a fun order. Looks like a 10. So there you go. I am excited to grade some of those, but for the sports cards, this is the urgent stack, and this is definitely gradable. Mint 9s are better, and this is the ungradable stack. The ungradable, it's fine. I didn't miss on much, you know, thick card stuff. The Tiki didn't look great. And I went through all the set, and it looks like over half were not good because they're pretty condition sensitive. It's metal, clear metal from the 90s, you know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Man, almost 75% of the set. And unfortunately, the Bryce didn't look good either. So we got some Devin Booker that didn't look great. And these, you know, I wasn't worried about the condition. I can just stick. I have a whole box of like a shoebox full of in-person autographs that I've just gotten out of collections over 20 years of buying, so it'd be fun to go through some of these. I don't authenticate them, I just stick them in the box. And then way creased and everything, and little damages here and there. That one looked like a 9, but I think it would do well selling raw. I just didn't like that print defect right there, and just one little corner. And then that one has some huge corner ding. But thick card problems, you know how it goes. So, woo! This was the gradable sliding out that I can grade down the road. The Mike Evans looked amazing. The Sean Taylor looked great. And there were some, there they are, that looked like mint 9s. I'm not going to grade them right away, but the Eddie George looked pretty good. And the Joey Galloway, Eddie Kennison, Simeon Rice. And then these look great. 1990. The Franks looked amazing. They look like Gem 10s. That'd be fun. And the Lillards look great. Look like a 10. LeBron looked like a 10. All right, so the important stack. You'll see these in future reveals. I'm really excited to grade them. So I was lucky. The biggest hit in the set is Barry Sanders, and it's the one in the nicest condition. So I assume, you know, someone pulled the Barry Sanders, didn't sleeve the other ones, but made sure to case the Barry Sanders because it's the best. So I'm very excited. I'm not joking. It was the only one worth a quality 10 in the whole set, and it was a 10. Look at that. Not one chipping. Unbelievable. The Elway is nice too, but it looked more like a 9 to me. Just has a little bit of chipping. See, compared to the Barry, which has none. So that I'm not going to sell for anything less. That will be a 10. I'm positive. As long as the grader's fair, right? So the LeBron, I'm not going to grade with PSA, but I'm going to grade it with SGC. You know, they grade a little bit more on eye appeal. So, and look at this centering and everything. It's beautiful. I think you can get an 8.5 with SGC, worst case 8. It's just that corner right there. And, yeah. yeah, a few surface scratches, but I think it's hopefully an 8.5. And I'll just put that in my PC. The Emmett looked like a solid 9, a little thinner on the left, and just a touch there, but everything else looks pretty good on the Emmett. And I guess these don't need to be my urgent stack, because I think the best they can get are a 9, but I'll have to see what a 9 sells for. Sharp, clean, pack fresh, but you can see a little print defect right there and there. So the Simons looked amazing. It looked like a 10. Hopefully there's still a little market for Simons. And the D-Rob looked like a 10 out of a $1 box. Or I don't know how cheap I got that. Looked like potential 10. Theismann potential 10. 10. 9 on the Ichiro is what I'm thinking. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this quick little card show video. They are fun to go to and fun to film. So you will be seeing more of this style of video for sure. All right. I wish everyone luck at their local card shows, and I'll see you in the next vid.